of a fight. I mean, many people thought it was the fight of the year, but when you walked away from the ring and as you took time to examine the matchup, what did you take away from your fight with Thurman?
You know, not just myself, but a few other fights that I've seen him fight in. His fight with Jose Lopez recently. Keith Thurman knows how to dictate the pace. He knows how to dictate the range. He knows how to close it when he needs to, and he knows how to create it and keep it wide when he needs it wide. He knows how to, move and box. And I think that that's going to play into his hands in this fight. You know, Manny's multi-punch kind of fighter. He likes to punch in combinations. He likes to come forward. Keith likes to draw you in. You know, that's his rhythm. He knows how to draw you in and counter from there, turn you, things like that. So
he sets traps.
He sets traps. Yeah, he sets traps. So I think that that's going to be a really key component for Keith in this fight, is to be able to set those traps and essentially keep Manny off balance. What we know most guys are used to, or what Manny's used to doing to other guys, is keeping them off balance. But now he's in the ring with a guy that can box, can move, and has power behind that, and keep you off balance. So it's just a really, really interesting fight on both sides.
Well, we know about the speed with Manny Pacquiao. That is obviously a foregone thought. But a way to counteract the speed is with timing. The fact, Winky, that Keith Thurman was away from the ring for over 2 years, fought Jose Lopez in January, do you think that Keith Thurman can have the timing to counter Manny Pacquiao and his speed and his explosiveness?
Yes. You know, he came back and had that fight, and that was the fight that allowed him to get his timing back, that allowed him to get back in the ring and remember what it feels like to get hit. You know, he fought Shawn Porter. Shawn put a lot of pressure on fighters, so a lot of fighters can't really understand how much pressure this man put on you. And if you're not ready for that, if you're not able to adjust in the ring, if you're not able to, you know, get the distance you need to get your punches off, you're gonna lose, because he's gonna crowd you. He's gonna make it look ugly, but he's gonna win. He's gonna hit you to the body. He's gonna do what he got to do to win. So by seeing the fight with Shawn, by seeing the fight with Lopez, you know, keeps showing you his diverse boxing game, and a lot of people don't really understand it. They just think of him as a puncher, but the distance that he allows himself to throw them big shots, keep him jump this way, hit you with a big right hand, go back this way, hit you with a big left hand, and then hurt. And you can hear the punches, boom, boom, boom. It ain't like no regular shot. They're almost a powerful shot. So, you know, if Manny jump in and get caught, like he caught Manny with a perfect right hand, right on the button, and he went to sleep. So it can happen in this fight, and the same thing can happen to Keith. If he don't pay attention, if he take Manny for granted, Manny can't hurt you. Manny throw a lot of good body shots, a lot of good strong shots, and he can hurt you. But I just think that Keith is on his game right now. If we come out and take Manny, dictate Manny's progress and Manny's ability to jump in and out, Keith will win the fight.
Marco, you were, without a doubt, one of the most brilliant technicians that a Mexican fighter has ever demonstrated. But can you tell us about how difficult it is to hit and connect clean against Manny Pacquiao because of how unorthodox he is and his head movement?
Bueno, es muy difícil por la forma en cómo se mueve, porque a pase de ser zurdo, entraba, salía de una forma muy diferente. De hecho, brincaba casi medio metro para poderte cruzar de mano derecha, mano izquierda. Entonces me dificultaba la forma de poderlo agarrar, más por el estilo que yo tenía. Más parado, ir enfrente, mover la cintura, se me dificultaba su rapidez.
No, it's very difficult. He's a boxer. He's a lefty, first of all, and sometimes he jumps, so he might be a meter away from you. And I'm a fighter that was very technical, so that made it more difficult to even hit Manny Pacquiao.
Erik, you did a brilliant job against Manny Pacquiao, cutting off the ring, not letting Manny move around the ring with as the ease that he had in other fights. Can you tell us and dive into the fact that Keith Thurman is going to have to cut off the ring and not allow Manny Pacquiao to use every bit of that ring?
No tienes que estar enfrente de él y buscando los tiempos exactos para caminarle a tu mano izquierda y buscar iniciar los ataques, no darle oportunidad. Tienes que ir presionarlo, moverlo y llevarlo a los puntos que tú quieres y volver a empezar. caminar a la izquierda, atacar. Es un tema de una estrategia, una línea de trabajo.
No, you definitely have to have a strategy against Manny Pacquiao, and you have to have your timing correct against him because he'll slip out. So you got to work on it, and if he gets out, you got to start again and pressure him, and of course that's the way I beat him.
Shawn, for you to be able, when you fought Keith Thurman, you know, you're big and strong, and you like to impose your will. For Keith now, he's the bigger man coming into this fight against Manny Pacquiao. Do you think that he is a very technical fighter, but he's going to try to use his physicality in this fight on Saturday night live on pay-per-view?
Yeah, I think for sure. I think, you know, just like we've seen Keith in the media say just about any and everything you can say to Manny, I think he's going to do the same thing in the ring. He's going to do just about any and everything he can do to Manny, like outside the ring to get him uncomfortable, in the ring to get him uncomfortable. I think that's probably a part of his game plan, is to get Manny uncomfortable, shake him up, and like I said before, he believes in his power.
Winky, do you believe that with Manny Pacquiao, he darts in and out, he throws a ton of combinations, but if Thurman can connect early against Manny Pacquiao, that it'll make Manny a little quote-unquote gun-shy to throw the combinations that he's used to and accustomed to throwing?
That's right. If he can catch Manny, if he can time Manny coming in and out and hit him with some hard shots, that could bring back memories of when Morales knocked him out. And you know, I never been knocked out, but a fighter that's been knocked out always got that in the back of his mind that he don't want that to happen again. So keep, like I said, keep those good punches from both sides, good body shots. Manny is very fast, and you know, he in and out. But how fast is this Manny versus the last man? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Father Time is undefeated. We all, you know, suffered to Father Time. Roy Jones was the baddest man on the planet one time because of his ability, his natural ability to be so fast. That tip of a second, Roy already had it. But when he became older, that tip of a second allowed him to become normal now. Now he's getting caught with shots that he never would have got caught with, overhand rights and, you know, uppercuts and stuff like that. So Father Time is undefeated. Can Manny be the Manny we knew back in the days, or is it going to be the Manny that fought Marquez?
Marco, Thurman has proclaimed, and we mentioned that he wants to retire Manny Pacquiao. You've been in the ring with him. Do you think that the talking from Thurman is at all getting into the mind of Manny Pacquiao?
Pues aparte de entrar psicológicamente a Manny Pacquiao, puede tener un poco puede ser verdad, si es que se preparó con muchísimas ganas. Hay que recordar que tiene 10 años menos. Y para un boxeador, el peor rival que es la edad. Entonces 30 contra 40 podría ser por ahí que Thurman metiendo presión, ganándole con esa juventud, con rapidez, pasos laterales, como dice el terrible Morales, llevándolo a las cuerdas de punto a punto para poder así ir minando la condición física. Puede ser posible, pero también puede ser posible que Pacquiao pues lo lleve de la mano y lo lleve a la escuela por la experiencia que tiene.
Yeah, it could be. It's a possibility. I mean, he's 10 years younger. He's 30. Manny Pacquiao is 40. And if he keeps, if he trained well, if he keeps putting the pressure on Manny Pacquiao, there's a possibility. And like what Morales said, that maybe we take him into the corners and work Manny. There's a shot. Yeah, there's a shot.
Erik, are you surprised? Manny Pacquiao, 40 years of age. He will be 41, I believe, in December, if I'm correct. Are you surprised that Manny Pacquiao is fighting still at this elite level in the welterweight division against guys who are at least 10 years his junior?
Bueno, sí estoy sorprendido que siga peleando. Ha tenido muchas grandes peleas, grandes guerras, pero a la misma vez no, porque es un peleador que siempre está activo, entrenando en forma, haciendo alguna actividad física para estar muy vigente, y eso le da permiso de realmente estar en óptimas condiciones. Prácticamente es un gran atleta.
Well, I'm definitely surprised, that he's fighting at this age, and due to the fact that all the wars he's had. So it's very interesting that he's still fighting. But then again, I'm not surprised because mentally, physically, he's always still training and still maintaining all out through his career, this great training regimen. So by that, I'm not surprised, but I am surprised by the time and the wars that he's had, that he's still active.
Shawn, as we get set for Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman this Saturday live on pay-per-view. Also before that, live on Fox, Caleb Plant and Mike Lee. Shawn, do you like the fact that we see this old school in Manny Pacquiao against the new school in Keith Thurman? How compelling, how exciting is this? Because we're sort of merging generations together on Saturday night at this elite level.
Yeah, I mean, traditionally this happens. It hasn't happened in a very long time in boxing, but this is a part of the tradition. There's always the young guy that comes and takes over, and by doing so, he takes out the guy who's considered to be the legend or the king. And since Mayweather's made his exit, I think everyone has kind of put Manny Pacquiao in that position. And again, I mean, he deserves it. But at the same time, I do think that at the end of it, we all can sit up here and say what we think is gonna happen. But the fact that this fight is actually happening is the best part about it. There's so many different ways, so many different variables that add up to this fight going so many different ways. I think that's the best part about this matchup. It's really, really interesting and exciting. And like I said, I can pick Manny, he can pick Keith, but at the end of the day, we all got to watch on Saturday night. And I think it's going to be a big explosion.
Winky, you were one of your best performances. It's no stranger to us is when you fought Felix Trinidad, a hard power puncher. For Keith Thurman, he's fighting a power puncher in Manny Pacquiao, a guy who's explosive, who has dynamite in both hands. When you fought Trinidad, you didn't get hit much, but when he hits you, how did you maintain your composure, much like Keith Thurman, because he's going to get hit by Manny Pacquiao on Saturday night in terms of him maintaining his poise and remaining calm under pressure?
Well, like you said, everybody's worried about when Tito hit me, how I was going to handle it. Well, they should have been thinking when I hit him, he was going to. So, it's just, you got to go in with a game plan. My game plan against Trinidad was to keep him off balance. Use the jab and not let him get set. And as you can see, whenever he's set, I hit him with the jab. So, same thing with Manny, like I'm telling Keith. And Manny in and out, if you don't let him get timing, every time he jump, you catch him with the jab, now you keep him off balance, and then he can't get set to hit you hard. How you gonna hit somebody hard if you're off balance? So Manny needs the in and out to become powerful. But if Keith can keep him off balance with a good jab and make him respect his power, it's gonna be a long night for him.
Marco, with Keith Thurman, we have seen the fact that Thurman is susceptible to body shots. You know Manny Pacquiao quite well, obviously. Do you think Manny is going to focus and have an emphasis on targeting the body of Keith Thurman on Saturday?
Bueno, lo que pasa es que el estilo de Manny Pacquiao es pegar al cuerpo todo el tiempo. Lo vuelvo a repetir, en la primera pelea a mí me desinfló al cuerpo más que pegarme arriba. Y es un golpe que tiene muy bien hecho, un cruzado de mano izquierda que lo clava impresionante en la boca del estómago. Creo que va a ser el camino que siempre ha tomado Manny Pacquiao, y más ahora que va con un joven 10 años menos, tiene que eliminar su condición física.
Well, that's Manny's style. Manny hits to the body. When he hits that left right to the stomach, it's devastating. That's how he hit me in that first fight that we've had. So, and now fighting a younger guy, 10 years younger than him, he's really going to work the body on Saturday.
Well, now we're going to open it up to the media here. If you have any questions for our legends, Shawn Porter, Winky Wright, Marco Antonio Barrera, Erik Morales, if you have questions, by all means, flag down Sam from Swanson Communications, and they will get you a microphone.